mornings with no warning. Yeah. I hit you like what you say. I could fuck you all the time.
Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. Today's makeup look is going to be this one on my face right here, obviously. And I did use the Huda Beauty Rose Gold palette. Now, before we jump into the tutorial, just a few of my thoughts on this palette. Long story short, I love it. I think that these colors are right up my alley. I think they're so stunning. The foiled shades are to die for, like insanely beautiful. It does kind of remind me of the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette, so I'm thinking of maybe doing a comparison video, maybe like a beauty battle or something. So keep an eye out for that and let me know in the comments if you want to see that. I absolutely love all these foiled shades, they're so beautiful, but today I just worked with Fling. I think it would look gorgeous on someone with green eyes, like, would be so beautiful. A lot of people think I have green eyes. My eye color actually changes, fun fact. Sometimes they're a little yellow, sometimes they're more brown, and sometimes they are in fact green. You might notice it or maybe never notice it all, whatever. So yeah, if you guys own this palette, I think you will enjoy this tutorial, and if you don't have this palette and you have the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette, maybe you could do something a little bit similar, but of course if you own this, it is going to be a lot easier to follow along this tutorial. I will say though, this is freaking expensive. I think this was $98 in Sephora, like $100 for a palette, but I do really love it, so what you gonna do? Anyway guys, let's just head into this tutorial. I hope you enjoy it. Let's get into it. Alrighty, so I have already popped on some primer and some moisturizer, and now I'm going to grab this very glamorous tape, and I'm going to tape the sides of my eyes. So this is just going to make it easier to do a wing, and it's going to keep all the eyeshadow really neat and a perfect line, which is what you want. Then I'm just going to take my soft ochre paint pot as always and popping this all over the eyelids just to prime my eye and make sure it is a good base for my eyeshadow. And just quickly doing my brows with Benefit's Brow. You guys have seen this 100 times before. I'll leave my brow videos listed in the description box if you want to see a full brow tutorial, but otherwise I'm just going to jump into the eyeshadow. Taking the Rose Gold palette, I'm going to be going in with the shade Bay and popping that all over my eyelids to set my base, and then going in with this shade here called Sandalwood, and I'm going to be running that through the crease as my transition color, so you just want to really make it soft and blended. Then taking the shade Henna on a Morphe brush, I will leave my brushes listed below as always. I am just running this through the crease just to deepen it up. These shadows are super pigmented, so I encourage you to use a really light hand. You'll also notice that I'm flicking everything towards the tail of my brow. This is because we're doing a wing, so I want everything to be going in the same direction. Then taking the shade Bossy on my Luxie 229 brush, I'm just going to be running this through the crease to deepen it up a little bit more. Now I'm going into the shade Cocoa on that same Luxie 229 brush just to deepen the crease up a little bit more. Now we're going in with Black Truffle, which is black, so really use a light hand. I'm using my Sigma Blending E25 brush to just run that on the outer third of my eye and through the crease. And now I'm taking an XObeauty blending brush and just buffing that all out with no product. Now we're going to cut the crease with soft ochre paint pot, and I'm just using this little travel size Sephora brush that I got in a little Sephora travel kit. Any flat synthetic brush will do. You just want to make sure that that line is quite sharp. If you do make a mistake though, it's okay. We're going to go in with eyeshadow and blend everything out anyway. Now going in with Fling, I'm taking it on another Sephora brush from that same little travel kit. This one is really small, so it allowed me to get right into the inner corner of my eye and keep that cut crease quite precise. So just use any small brush that you have. If you're having trouble picking up the foiled shadow on your brush, just spray your brush with a little bit of Fix Plus or any sort of beauty mist. So because I have hooded eyes, I like to take it right up into the crease and even a little bit higher at some points. It helps to keep your eye open to see where the fold of your eye is. But if the line isn't as sharp as you would like it, that's okay. We're going to go in with Maneater now and just dust that over the top. Maneater is quite similar to Fling, so it's just going to help everything blend. Now going in with Poni Cosmetics Pegasus liquid liner, I'm just going to be doing a wing. I want to keep it really thin towards the inner corner so you can see all of that foiled eyeshadow, and then just do a little long, like a thin long wing. Because the tape's there, you can really just kind of go for it. I just drew a line, and then when you take the tape off, you've got a perfect wing. Awesome. For foundation, I'm using Makeup Forever's Ultra HD foundation. I'm just popping that all over my face, and then I'm taking an XObeauty flat top foundation brush and buffing that all into my skin. I find this is the best technique for this foundation. Now just popping on some Roller Lash Mascara by Benefit before going in with the Sinner Lashes by XObeauty. They're part of the Party Stack. To contour, I'm going to be using this Clinique Chubby stick. I just find this is the quickest and easiest way for me to contour my face when using cream products. I just spray on a little bit of MAC Fix Plus to help me blend everything, and the brush that I'm using is a Sigma 3D HD Kabuki brush. It's kind of pointed and tapered in the middle, so it's really great for getting quite precise lines. These two Maybelline Fit Me concealers are my favourite at the moment. I use this yellowy one underneath my eyes to conceal dark circles, and then this lighter, more peachy coloured shade I use to highlight my face. And of course, then blending everything out, I'm using a Real Techniques sponge to do this. Before you go in with any powders, you want to make sure that right under your eye is really blended in. I feel so weird staring into the camera. It's like I'm looking into your soul. And then I'm going to be taking the flat side with some Laura Mercier translucent powder and just popping that underneath the contour and underneath my eyes. I don't really bake. I just really press it into the skin, like really press it in there to make sure that the powder's right into your skin. And then I'm going to go and contour a little bit with the Chocolate Soleil bronzer by Too Faced. I also like to do my nose with this because it's quite light and you can always just kind of blend it out with the sponge. Then I'm dusting away that bake because I don't really want it to be there for too long. And then going in with NARS Laguna bronzer just to deepen up the contours of my face a little bit more. I love doing my temples. It just kind of snatches your forehead in a little bit. Taking a little mixture of Man-Eater and Cocoa on a Sigma Blending E25 brush, just running that underneath my lower lash line just to give it a little bit more definition. Just giving my face a little spritz with Fix Plus before going in with that Glow Kit by Anastasia on an XObeauty fan brush. I find that spraying my face first makes it so much more intense. Now swapping to this more precise Morphe brush just to do all the little detailed highlights in the face, and using MAC's Give Me Sun more as a blush, not really a bronzer because it is quite orange. And then for lips, I'm going to be taking Pure Hollywood by Anastasia Beverly Hills and just popping that obviously all over my lips. But if this is a little bit too matte for you, a little trick that I have been using lately is to go in with a little bit more highlighter and just dust it on your bottom lip so that you get a little bit more dimension. It's not as flat. And you're all good to go. That's pretty much it, you guys. Okay guys, so that is everything. I hope that you really enjoyed this tutorial. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments about this palette because I have seen a lot of mixed reviews. I personally love it and I'm quite excited to do a couple more looks with it and have more of a play with it. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe, you guys, if you are not already. I hope you guys have an awesome day and I'll see you in my next video, if not sooner. Bye!